Mike, so far the Phillies have made a couple cost-efficient moves here. Ben Revere is cheap. Michael Young is cheap. They've got some extra money if you combine what Victorino made last year with Polanco. They have extra money left. And you traded Pence last year. This makes me think a big move, maybe a Josh Hamilton type of move, is still out there. He's still sitting there. I guess teams are leery. Can Amaro come in here and sneak in the back door and get a guy like this?
Well, there are a lot of little things that lead you to believe that maybe they're going to make a run at Josh Hamilton. I agree with that. It will either be that or maybe a Nick Swisher and then a couple of pitchers, because they've got to address some of that too. I just want to point out, I don't want to belabor this, but Michael Young was last year, according to some people, the worst everyday player in Major League Baseball last year. I'm not sure that $6 million is not cheap for Michael Young unless he's going to revert back to the past. And I know that he was good 2 years ago, but I'm dubious about that. They think that was an economical move. I don't think it was, and I think if the Phillies were more thinking in terms more of advanced metrics, they would know that it wasn't. But anyway, that's another point.
You're saying even cheaper if you were going like a Freddie Galvis.
Yeah. They wouldn't have had to give anything up. But
I think if you use your advanced metrics, and I understand what you're saying there, go back to 2011 and see where he would have fit in. He had a really good year in 2011. I'm hoping this is just a one-year thing. In 2012, it was so bad.
Well,
36
years old.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, but he seems to have a way of pushing Hamilton's buttons. They are not the best of friends, but I read a story with a Texas writer, the sports writer, that says that Young has a way of Hamilton wasn't going to be in the lineup. He was just going to, nagging injury, was just going to take a day off. That he goes over and pushes the button and gets him, and he got about
that's one of the things
games out of him a year.
That's one of the things I was referring to when I was saying a lot of little things that make you think they're making a run. I mean, maybe Michael Young is here partly to be Josh Hamilton's teammate, and among other things. I mean, so it does seem like that, and that would make the Phillies interesting, if nothing else, because Josh Hamilton has a lot of backstory in addition to having insane talent. I mean, he is as talented a player as probably has ever played Major League Baseball.
Drug and alcohol problems from the past was the number one draft choice, but 100 home runs the last 3 years and a great RBI record last year. He's great, but with him comes baggage, and I don't think you'd want the contract too long. 3 years, $80 million has been dangled out there. Now, what happens if it's not him? What happens if it's? Would you do Dominic Brown to the Cubs for Alfonso Soriano? That rumor's out there. Would you do it? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. How about Cody Ross coming here, or Nick Swisher, and then get that? They need that seventh or eighth inning veteran guy, like a Mike Adams. Okay, get him in your bullpen and go get a veteran, high risk, high reward starter for in the fifth spot because you lost Vance Worley. Would that make you happy?
Well, yeah.
Cody Ross,
that would be
Mike
okay.
Adams,
that would be okay.
Sean Murcom.
Yeah. That would be all right, yeah. But I mean, I think the point here is the moves that they've made so far this offseason can be justified in terms of economics. But that means you need to spend the money that you've freed up and do something big, and we hope and suspect that that's what the Phillies are going to do.
Also, there's a big TV contract. Comcast Sportsnet's going to be probably them. It could be somebody else, but if they've got a contract coming up next year, there's going to be even more money, and they got to know that's there. So you keep saying Michael Young is not the best player in the world, and this better be because there's something bigger coming. So people have said that to me. Do you like the moves? I said, I only like the moves if something else is out there yet.
And we think there is. So stay tuned.